Have you ever said to yourself, I just need a sales call blueprint? You're saying to yourself, like, I just need to know the questions to ask in the order to ask it when I'm speaking to high ticket prospects so that I'm, having these conversations and they're saying yes and paying in full. Have you ever thought that? I just need this blueprint. Well, I'm here to tell you that you don't need a blueprint. You need to do this instead. Hello, I'm Althea McIntyre. Welcome to Althea TV, where we help established Christ-centered female entrepreneurs just like you consistently enroll ideal high-ticket clients the spirit-led way, most in one call conversation. So you're saying to yourself, I just need this blueprint. I wish I had this blueprint. And I'm telling you, you don't need this blueprint. Now, if you've been around Althea TV, then you may be saying, wait a minute, I'm a little confused, because I remember, Althea, when you were talking about your one call close blueprint, your 10 steps to helping us close clients, enroll clients in one conversation. In fact, not only did I hear you talking about it, I have that training in my arsenal. And I remember using it last year and it worked. So Althea, what are you saying? You were promoting that, and now you're saying I don't need it. I'm going to clear it all up. So my one call close blueprint, that training, it's amazing. If you have access to it, listen to it again. I have people saying, I listened to it one time and I got it, but I'm in a different place and I listened to it again and I really, really got it. So if you have your hands on it, enjoy it, because it's no longer something that is offered freely. It's for my paid clients. And that blueprint it's a roadmap, right? It's what questions to ask at what time, at what order in the sales conversation. And the reason it's so powerful, because it gave you a roadmap. It required that you listened differently, more intently, at different levels. So when you heard certain questions or certain statements, I helped you show you the questions to ask back or the statements to say. But here was the key thing. It started with you listening. Because if you had the roadmap and you were just focused on the roadmap but we're not focused on who you were having a sales conversation with, whether that was via Zoom, over the phone, over coffee, and you weren't listening and focusing on that individual, and you weren't tapping into parting with Holy Spirit, it would not work. See, the key thing about it was listening. You had to employ listening at different levels. Listening to what was being said. Listening to what Holy Spirit was nudging you. Listening to what your ideal prospect was not saying. So the whole thing with the blueprint, when I said what you don't need, is you don't need the blueprint. Will it help you feel more confident? Absolutely. Will it give you questions to ask? Absolutely. But guess what? If you didn't have that blueprint, and maybe you don't have it, maybe you do, even if you do have it, you know what I want you to do? I want you to listen differently. I want you to listen with your whole heart, your mind, your body, and your soul, so much so that prospect can feel you listening, can feel this attention that you are giving them in a way that no one has given before. And when you listen at different levels and you're listening to what's not being said, and you understand you're having a conversation and you're not in here trying to do anything but have a conversation and help someone make a decision, then you're going to know what questions to ask. I was just speaking with one of my good friends, Rashonda E. Pratt. You may know her as the Rose Show Live. And we were talking about this. And she was like, oh my gosh, Althea, she was just we're talking sales and marketing. Okay, that we love talking sales, marketing, God, fashion. We're talking sales and marketing. And I was saying, like, it's a conversation. It's something that we forget. Like we know, oh, I have a sales call, and we like lose all sense that at the end of it, it's a conversation. And when we treat the person as the prospect as a person, as a human being, and someone that God has called us to serve, and we listen to them, the sales conversation, we show up differently in the sales conversation. We have more confidence. We're more at ease. We're more relaxed. So you can have this blueprint, but forget, like, oh my God, I got to follow this blueprint. Oh my God, I got to follow this blueprint. But forget that you're having a conversation with another human being. And that every human wants to be seen, heard, and understood. And you are able to see, hear, and understand someone by listening. So what I want you to do is listen. Listen to what's being said and what's not being said. Listen to what Holy Spirit is nudging you and informing you. Listen at a different level. Because when you're able to listen at a different level, you're able to present the offer that is going to best serve your ideal prospect, the offer that they want to buy, not necessarily the offer that you want to sell. You'll be able to hear the conversation that they've been having, and so in their head, and so that you'll know how to respond to help them make a decision. I think we really underestimate listening. We do that in the body, right? It's like we want to hear God's voice, but we're talking all the time. We haven't attuned our ear to hear God's voice, to hear his nudges. We haven't slowed down in our spirit to hear when God tells us to go, when God tells us to stop. That's why we love that he's our shepherd, right? And he has us laid down next to still waters so that we can listen. So listening, maybe you've heard what my pastor says. It's like, that's why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? So we're supposed to listen. So no, you don't need a blueprint. Will a blueprint help you? Absolutely. But it's only going to help you to the measure that you're able to listen. Otherwise, and you've experienced this, right? I mean, it used to bother me, but now I just find it interesting when you can tell the person is going through a script, like they're not even listening to what you're saying. It's kind of funny because it's like, you answer in a way that is off their script and they're like a little confused, right? See, you got to remember that high ticket clients have a history of investing, and they probably have a history, they most likely have a history investing in someone who provides your same services, right? You're not the first copywriter that they've hired. You're not the first virtual assistant that they hired. You're not the first marketing consultant that they've hired. You're not the first professional photographer that they've hired. So they're intelligent. They're used to the buying process, and they're trying to distinguish, is this person going to see, hear, and understand me? And when you're listening to them at what they're saying and they're not saying, you're listening to Holy Spirit, you're able to show them in many different ways how your offer changes their life, and you will experience them saying yes with excitement, with joy, with enthusiasm to your offer. So You don't need a blueprint. The number one thing that I want you to take hold of that you already have, you just have to tune your ear to, is to listen. I'd love to hear in the comments below when you have listened with greater intentionality, when you've listened to what has been said and not said, especially what has not been said, what have you learned about your ideal prospect and your ideal client that you didn't know before? When you listened intently, what did you learn? Share it in the comments below. Like, and because I want to hear. It's amazing, right? Like, it's like, oh my gosh, I heard something different. It's a game changer. So share it in the comments below. And if you like this video, make sure to like it, make sure to share it. If you haven't already joined the Althea TV community, what are you waiting for? We're over here having a blast for the kingdom with God. So make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss when we release a new episode. Okay, until next week, take care. God bless. Love you. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Then click the TV to watch the next video. Don't forget to visit my website at altheamcintyre.com to get your free training on the 7 biggest mistakes that keep Christian entrepreneurs from ever creating their $25,000 offer.